Did those interactors show up?
Yes,
You want
to Interact, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jenna.
Stand up.
I'm Jenna, and this is Kaylee.
Hi.
Hi, Jenna and Kaylee. Welcome.
Glad to have you here. Well, Rotaract and Interact Committee has been a standing committee for a long time in our club, and this year we've gone to co-chairs. I'm kind of focused toward Rotaract and Nick focuses toward Interact, and we're going to kind of tell you, get you up to date on it. Interact is a high school level sponsored, Rotary sponsored program. Rotaract is young people age to 30, so it's kind of this gap between high school and Interact and Rotary. You want to start?
Sure. This year we kind of changed it up and enforced a little more inclusion in our clubs across the board. We're trying to get Rotaractors here. We're trying to get Interactors. Now it's a requirement for Interactors to come every meeting because they were going to the Newman club. I think they like the food. So, but at least here we can get them engaged. They can see what we do. We can see what they do, and it also requires them to stand up in a room with professionals and have their voice heard. This year we do a lot of stuff. Coats for cold. All winter we're doing that. The Interactors are now taking over that, which is a really big thing. They go around the community all the way to Fortuna and everywhere and collect codes, and then also implement that in other schools to bring them within our network to do it. So with the Interactors taking over and becoming the head of that, I think that's an amazing thing. That's something that we would do at our level. So the fact that high school students are doing this on their spare time, I think is an amazing thing. Of course, they help us every year with our cleanup, and without them, I know Dustin and I have sorting classes. It's a hard thing to do. Having high school students to do it, it's an opportunity for us to support them financially and for them to help us as well in return favor. With our highway cleanups, now Interact will be a part of that every single time, which would be kind of nice because we know it's cold, it's wet, and it takes a long time. Say again?
They're hardy.
And they're hardy, yes. And they honestly, they love to help, and that is something that I could not have imagined doing at high school level. But the fact that they're extremely good students with good GPAs, and on top of that do all this extra work, I think it's an amazing thing. And any way that we can support them, I think is beneficial for all three clubs. If we point them in a direction, they will take it and run it and do anything we want them to do. And they'll just do it with smiles on their faces. So the fact that they're doing that, I think deserves our support in any way we can. And part of that is Rotarians helping out with Interact events. Right now it's Craig and I who go out and try to go to everything that they do. But the fact is every weekend they're doing something. And it's a lot of work for Craig and I. So part of that is if we can get Rotarians to help us out at any events that we do, I try to send emails out, and if you can help out, they're just the fact that you go there, that's all we need. And they like to see that we're working together. It makes them feel better as well, and it'll make you guys feel better too.
And the best way to do that is next time we kind of reinitiate the Rotary year, 1st of July, if you want to be involved with kids and young people, get on the Rotaract and Interact, we'll find something for you to do. I'm going to run through a list of things that the Rotaract, and this is going to be North Bay Rotaract Club, sponsored by Arcata, Newman, and Sunrise. I'm going to run through the things that they've done in the community, kind of from the start of the Rotary year. It's a lot of stuff, but I want you to get an idea of how they're, the difference they're making and where they're plugging themselves in. This is all their own decisions. They decide where they want to put their effort. Rotaract clubs typically don't throw a lot of money at stuff. They have some financial resources, but they tend to be more hands-on and just make things happen. So they started off the year by going to the youth exchange raft trip, and they cooked oysters for the group as it's part of the big meal one day. They worked at Hops and Humboldt event, and they actually kind of got hired there. They served beer, and they actually got paid $250 to support that event. They worked at the Woodstock fundraiser for the Humboldt Humane Society. They had a table at the Humboldt Volunteer Fair, and what they're doing there is they're trying to recruit members. They expose themselves to young people and try to recruit members at that event. They poured beer provided by Mad River at the Humboldt Pride event. They walked in the Out of the Darkness walk that many of us were involved in. This was suicide awareness and prevention. They worked at Sandwich Day, which is a CASA fundraiser. They prepared sandwiches and served sandwiches. In October 20th, they began a relationship with the Arcata and Newman Club, where they were offered a half partnership in the wine festival fundraiser was just conducted. So the Newman Club saw a resource they could use there to help kind of invigorate them and get it going. And I attended last Saturday, and it was as good as it's ever been. It was good. The first year there was a lot of energy. It was great. It kind of went along, and they plugged the Rotaractors, and you can really see the difference, I think. They attended the walk-in Alzheimer's disease. This is in October now. They went down to the District 5130 Foundation North dinner, which was actually a lunch. So they're willing to travel. They worked with us on a highway cleanup day in late October. One of their members was interviewed for a spot on the District 5130 Rotaract program. This is where a district program where Rotarians support doctors who go to another country and do cut palate surgeries primarily on people who need it. They go to different countries, different times. This time it was in Bangladesh. Katie Rima from the North Bay Club was selected to go. And actually, the district feels so strongly about having Rotaract involved that the district supported her travel. The district paid for it out of their funds. And so I've given Katie's name to Howard, to the club, and hopefully we'll get her here for a program. She has a PowerPoint slideshow of her program where they went to Bangladesh and conducted. And as usual, it's kind of like in the war, it changes all the plans changed after the first shots fired when they got there, and things changed right off the bat. And then they had to adapt, and that's one part of the great stories. They conducted their own club fellowship event called Friendsgiving, where it was kind of around Thanksgiving, and they asked their members to bring friends, as ways to try to socialize and gain more members. They handled I can't remember, it was 8 or 10 slots for us on the Taste of Holidays night. So a lot of the people you were buying raffle tickets from were Rotaractors that night. So they worked with us and supported us. And we support them also. We spend some money off of them. It's kind of Craig's sneaky way of giving them money without it coming out of my budget. I make the event pay for it. So we can give them some money so they can plug some money in the community where that perspective of younger people will see. They participated in walked into Alzheimer's disease, and there was kind of a post-walk celebration. They kind of helped, pull that off. They took up a lot of spots out in front of Costco and Toys for Tots. This is like late November, early December. So they were out there, collecting toys in that campaign. That's another place where it's kind of a hands-on thing. You don't need any money. They were at the Humboldt Artisans and Crafts and Music Festival, and they basically had a table set up, and they were promoting the Wine Fest. So they were kind of a whole new aspect of promoting fundraisers. They were at this one event promoting the thing that just happened in March. They worked again on, I think, the 23rd. We had another highway cleanup. They pretty much, a few members show up every time we do a highway cleanup out in Manila. And they were, again, provided about 10 or so members volunteered to work at our recent fundraiser. So again, a lot of the people working the table servers, the special table servers for the VIP tables were primarily Rotaractors, and they were also selling raffle tickets. And then I attended one of their meetings I was trying to get them, make sure they're on board to work in our fundraiser. Here they had half the meeting about stuff they were doing. In the second half, they assembled what they called 40 happy sacks. Somebody got this idea, and they made these bags, basically grocery bags, and they contained food items, water, gloves, socks. And what they did is they just divvied them up between themselves, and they took them home, and then they basically went around and found, each person identified somebody they thought could use a little helping hand, and they just said, here, and they handed them. Little happy sacks problem, little hand on, me to you, I'm gonna help make your life a little better today. It's something they decide they want to do, and these are the kind of things these guys do. And all their stuff isn't necessarily small. One thing I'm sure not very many people realize is that they donated a live auction item to our fundraiser event that just happened. They donated a tri-tip dinner for 10, which sold for $1,900. So the North Bay Rotaract brought $1,900 into the gross profits of our event. And the reason I'm telling you this is not just so you're nicely informed, but Rotaract has a much bigger problem than Rotary has. They figure Rotary loses about 10% membership every year. Well, Rotaract has a bigger turnover because they're more transient at that age, 18 to 30. You know, somebody runs off to another program. Joyce Heinrich's daughter was in the program. She was an officer. When she had studied someplace, was back here for a while, and she went someplace else to study. So that, you know, they're in and out a lot more. So, you know, recruiting is really big. And one way that we can help to make all this stuff happen is when you come across somebody that's in that 18 to 30 age group at your business or in your acquaintances, you can introduce them to the idea of Rotaract, and all they need to do is go on and Google North Bay Rotaract, and come up, their website comes up, and they're very open and gracious to new members and bringing people in. They work with the high school Interact Club and try to encourage them. And they're not, the thing about, you know, where the people you meet is we have 2 Rotaract clubs in here. We have Lost Coast also in Eureka, so, you know, you could be also be recruiting a member to that Lost Coast club. So, you know, a lot of Rotarians, by and large, across the world got into Rotary because somebody, even their boss said, you need to get involved in the community. Some people actually said, you need to go join Rotary, but some people just said, go get involved one way or another. That's how I got, you know, the guy who was the manager of the police said, we need to go in the community more. You know, so, you know, I went to what are those guys? One of the meetings where they spin plates and find people quarters. Kiwanis, yeah. And I just thought it was a nice bunch of people, and their stuff tended to be hands-on. But I just, you know, and I couldn't do Rotary when it was still new. But when they started the morning club, you know, I could donate that much of my time to be in Rotary. You know, bang the bell, clock rattle. I could do that. So it finally came around. So recruitment, that's the biggest way that we can help these people, to help the Rotaract clubs. And you know, we attend meetings and we kind of support them and facilitate interaction between us. But it's kind of like the logger told me one time about his crew. There they go, and I must follow if I'm their leader. You know, we don't have to lead them. They know plenty well what to do, but they do need all the help they can get with recruitment. So anything you can do to help, you know, bring people toward this group, and they really are very active. So it's a way young people can meet people their own age. You know, anywhere from people in college to just getting ready to. We have Rotaractors just ready to join our club, and they're some people kind of jokingly call them the farm team for Rotary. And just like Interact tends to be sort of the farm team for Rotaract in some cases, you know, Rotaract is kind of the farm team for Rotary for a lot of people. So I just want to, you know, I wanted to expose you to all the things they do, and I want to expose you to, you know, your chance to help make all this stuff keep happening. Because, you know, we started North Bay Rotaract years ago, and what happened was the original core people didn't recruit as well as they could have or needed to, and then one went to college, one had a baby, and one got turned 30. Pretty soon you get down to, you know, such a small group you can't learn anymore. So that's the biggest challenge, and all the stuff we've done is we keep it.
And I wanted to extend a special thank you to Craig and Nick, who are making all this go for all of us. So thank you for your help. Good job with your committee.